Hey everyone, we are here at CMA Fest, day 4, and I'm here with Alannah McCready.
Day 4.
It is.
Wow. It's been a long week.
It has been a long week. I would say day 4, but I think most of us are on day 5 or 6. Yeah.
We're still alive, so that's all that matters.
That really, I'm going to count that as a win. If tomorrow comes and I wake up,
a win is a win.
You know, here we are. There have been a lot of events going on. It's not, I mean, CMA Fest. I thought I just sounded really New Zealand. That was my New Zealand day. CMA Fest. Like this. Okay. We'll just skip that.
I've been watching too much Love Island UK, so I'm like reeling right now.
God. Okay, so where I'm from in the UK, I like to think, no one comment on this, I like to think that I don't sound exactly like where I'm from.
Wow, okay.
Because
that's interesting.
I am from Essex. And if you watch Love Island,
I watched so much Love Island.
Oh my God, like I was out the other night and this guy was like, I can't even believe it.
I can literally, now I can tell the difference. Like between where everyone's from. Yeah. That's how in it I am. Like I love that. It's sad.
And now we have so many accents.
So many, and now I can tell the difference. Like
there are times I can like pinpoint people to a town. I'll be like, oh, yeah, they're from there. And then I'll look up and be like, knew it. It's crazy. Like you drive 45 minutes in the UK and it's an entirely different accent.
Well, that's like, who's my favorite from season 10? Jess from season 10. And I just, every time she walks in a room, she's like, you all right? Like every single time she walks in a room, that's what she says. And it's so loud. Like she's just
that's kind of funny you say that. Like I feel like that's also just a very English thing.
Yeah.
Like, and that's for the most part how we'll be like, hey, like you're right. And I used to do it when I got here. So I've been in town for 5 years now, and I would say it to people all the time, and they'd look at me and be like, I'm fine. I'm like, oh no, it was rhetorical. It was just like, hey, how are you?
Think your answer.
Everyone's like,
someone just starts spilling their whole life.
I don't really want to know this.
This morning, you're like, no.
Yeah, no. That's I think I've stopped doing it.
Yeah,
somewhat.
You didn't say it to me.
Oh well, good. Good, because I didn't want to know.
She doesn't care.
so, all the events of CMA. Yeah. What have you been doing this week? Like, tell us a little bit about the whole CMA experience.
So this is my 3rd CMA Fest.
Okay.
And I had some shows and just went and saw a lot of my friends play different things. That's one of the best parts is everyone's in town.
That's one thing. I think almost everyone at this point has said that, and it really is the case. I mean, everyone's on their own tour schedule for the other 361 days of the year. And for the first time, everyone can be in the
forced to be in the same place.
Yes. We don't want to be, but here we are.
Forced to be in the same place, so we can all bop around and see each other, which is really nice. And see each other do what we love. Yeah. So that makes it even better. And then today I have all of my interview stuff and then a meet and greet, and then I'm out.
I don't know if they're even comparable to a degree, but would you say when you perform, right, people are coming out to see you play. It's the whole thing of CMA Fest, right? People come here for the music. They want to listen to music. Most people want to come because they want to hear new music as well. They want to find artists that they've not listened to before. But the meet and greets, I feel like that's always a little extra special.
Oh, it's my favorite.
Because, like I say, people have come out for the music, and so for them to actually go, you know what, we don't want to go and see someone play, we're going to take a step back, now we're going to stand in line for, you know, however long, whether it's 5 minutes or 50 minutes, they're taking time out of their day and out of their trip, that for most people this is like the main thing of the year, to stop and talk to you and get autographs and photos.
I think that's what is the best part about stuff like this, CMA Fest, is you get the best of both worlds. So you get shows, you get new artists, you get pop-up shows, you get, you know, at all over the city, and then you also could come here and get face-to-face time. And I feel like there's not many events that give you that both things. So I think that's why I love it and why we love it as artists, and why I think everyone loves this whole week so much, is because you're getting literally everything you could possibly ask for from country music all in one city, in one weekend.
In the city as well. You know, like country music, Nashville, like that.
And we're all here. We all come every year because we love it, and we love it for those reasons.
And you have to love it because obviously, you know, CMA Fest, the artists are all performing for free, but I mean, everyone wants to.
Oh yeah.
You know, because it is so
we get to meet everyone.
Iconic.
Yeah.
And you get to finally meet people that, you know, you may have connected with on social media that aren't in the US. Like the amount of international audience members.
Yeah, I love it because I've played shows in the UK, and so to have people who are like, oh yeah, we're gonna come for, you know, they come to my shows in the UK and they're like, oh, we're coming for CMA Fest, and then, you know, next year or whatever, and I'm like, oh my gosh, hit me up on Instagram, like, I'll let you know where I'm gonna be, and then it just kind of comes full circle, which is super fun.
I think, and I love that. It's really, I said it to someone the other day, and I was like, it's almost like CMA Fest is almost like social media on crack.
Yeah.
Because finally,
it's like
you
making
just
social media real.
It is, right? It's wild.
Yeah. You're like scrolling your For You page and you're seeing all these artists, and now you just like pop around to all the different stages and bars, and you're like,
right. Oh, here's
here
this
they
person. And just everyone's wandering around, and you can tell everyone's
cool,
having so much fun. Right. There's and I remember when I first moved to town, I think there was one day I'd gone out to lunch with some friends, and we were on our way back, and Darius Rucker was just walking down the street, and we like rolled the windows down, and we're like, Darius!
Yeah.
And he's just like, hey,
what's up? And that's the best part about Nashville, I think, is that all of the artists, like majority of us live here.
Yeah.
And
it's his hometown show for most people, which is also great.
It's nice. You're just like coming from your house.
Yeah, they go back. You get to go back and sleep in your own bed after the show.
And I also love that, like, in Nashville, like, you'll see artists out all the time, and they're just hanging out.
Well, there's really no media like paparazzi, you
So
know.
nice.
Unlike I've not been in LA,
it's very different.
You're just hounded all the time, whereas it's so relaxed here.
Oh yeah, you're just, I mean, I think it was a couple nights ago, Post Malone was just like at Red Door.
Of course he was.
Just
why not?
And everyone was like, hey, he's like, oh, hi. like you're not who you are, you know?
Yeah, and I feel like no one, even fans here tend not to bother people that much.
1000%.
But I think
it's so great.
There's like a mutual respect from artists and fans. There really seems to be, and I think that continues through CMA Fest. Now, we were talking before we came on camera as well about you have travelled around Europe, and you've been to the UK, and I know you just touched on it.
Yeah.
But tell us a little bit about that, like being able to take your music outside of the US, because there's one thing about, you know, releasing music in your home country, but to be able to play internationally.
It's wild. Yeah, my last single, so last year, I, out of nowhere, was informed that it was charting, like it went like number 2 in France. And I was like, huh? Like,
there's a weirdly large country music scene in France.
Yeah, I was like, what? I would have had no idea. And this like company reached out to me, and they were like, hey, did you know your song's like charting in blah, 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 like all these cities in Europe? And I was like, no, but that's amazing.
Right.
And then I went and played Nashville meets London last year. So I went to London and played there, and it was like full, and everyone played all original music, and everyone just like sat in silence and listened to every word.
I feel like some people love or hate that. Like I've heard a lot of
love it,
because I feel like if you go to shows in America, people, it's rare that you'll get a quiet room. You know,
unless
people
it's like
do
the
tend
venue
to
calls for it,
right? Like unless you go to the Bluebird.
Yeah,
I literally couldn't think of anywhere else where people are actually quiet. But the UK audience are very attentive.
It's the first thing I noticed.
And I know sometimes people are a little bit like,
oh, I loved it.
I think
I mean, like, you're hearing what I'm saying. You're listening to the lyrics,
and
like,
it's country music, right? That's what it's about. It's a lyric. I mean, it's a lyric genre. You know, like you can have. Sure, you've got the you've got those.
Yeah, that's the thing too. We were like, oh, country music is so evolved now, and there's all these different like tangents of versions of country. But the one thing that makes it country music is the songwriting, is the lyrics, is the storytelling.
Yeah.
That's what makes it country music. Not if there's an 808 or a banjo, you know. And so I feel like it's, you know, there's the one theme, and that's what makes it country.
Yeah, I agree. So are you planning on going back over there for shows this year?
Yeah, I want to do Nashville meets London again.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to that, and then hopefully doing a couple more shows. It'll probably be early next year. Kind of a little route through Europe, which will be fun.
Nice. And so you did all that, and as an artist, you have to constantly be on people's radar, which means constantly releasing music.
Yeah.
So you have a new single out right now, which is called Easy.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about that.
So Easy came out a couple weeks ago. It is the first single off of my new album. And it's very pop country, which is it's more pop than a lot of my stuff has been in the past. But again, it's the songwriting and the storytelling, and so it's still very much me.
You don't have to justify it being
no, but it you know, I feel like some people will hear it and be like, it's not what her other stuff sounds like, so it sounds like a little different.
Where do you think the change came from in that?
I think when writing the song and then thinking of what the treatment was going to be and the production was going to be, it's like what the song called for, like what the lyrics called for, and so that's what we go with, you know.
Right.
But it still is very much me as an artist and songwriter and stuff, and so it's basically how you look at his relationship and you're like, this seems so simple and so easy to me, and then the other person is making it so difficult for no reason, and then because they're making it so difficult, they then leave and make leaving look easy, and you're like,
I like that.
Okay.
Interesting. That
could have been easy, but
that's a cool perspective. I like that.
So that came out, and then the next single off the project will be out in probably 2 months.
Okay.
And then the entire album, hopefully before the end of the year.
Nice. So that's going to really set you off for moving into 2025. Yeah. 2025, that's wild, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't love that.
Yeah.
That just means I'm going to be older.
Yeah, I don't like that either. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm still 21.
I am 27 for a lot of years.
We were just talking as well before this about aches and pains. So
we are falling apart.
But that's it.
But we're fine.
Every year means more unintentional injuries from just getting out of bed. Just
literally looking at my backseat.
And boom. Crippled.
And I can't walk for 2 days. So
it's rough. It's rough. No one tells you this. This should be
they really don't. They're like, be an adult. It's so much fun. Life
lessons. Instead, in school, we just learn how to get from point A to point B.
Y equals mx plus b for no reason.
I mean, I do use that every day of my life.
Wow.
We should. I'm gonna start a life. I don't know.
You know what I would have loved to learn in school? Taxes.
Yes, finances. Why does
that would have been so great?
Buying a house, like the things that you actually have to do.
Interest rates.
Yeah, what does APR mean?
Investments.
Who knows what APR means? It's annual percentage rate, but I do know it.
We've Googled it.
But the point is,
don't worry.
But yeah, like this is when you leave school, nobody tells you. Like actually, it doesn't prepare you for life.
When am I using calculus?
Unless
I am becoming an engineer. When am I using calculus, and why was it required?
But let's be fair, even if you become an engineer, we're in a
calculator. There's a computer program.
Right, something you just go, I want to do this, and then it happens.
We had keyboard class in middle school.
Everyone watch the video so you can see my face right now.
Keyboard class.
That's interesting.
Learn how to type.
Huh.
Quickly.
And
a lot of words a minute.
Was this a unisex class? I just wanted to clarify.
Yeah, and there was like these things we had to flip up the thing.
What?
The little tests. how fast you could type accurately.
I mean, there was a time
So now I'm like,
where it was. There was a time where it was really important that you could write like 120 words a minute.
Exactly. You should see me in college, in lectures.
Just like that. I mean,
Really, really fast.
what would you have done without it, to be fair? Would you even be here right now? Like,
Honestly,
would we?
probably not. I probably wouldn't have graduated.
Right? That was it. That was the.
Imagine my dad was like, I wrote my essays in pen. I was like,
Can anyone actually write anymore?
I don't
Like,
know.
people's
Have you
hand-
tried writing in cursive lately?
No, and I don't really want to now you've said it, because I'm pretty sure my writing looks like a 5-year-old.
Like, try writing a sentence in cursive.
Yeah.
Just try it. Because
And like when I was at school, it was like all the rage. Like, how many letters can you join at one
I can
time?
do 7 S's in a row.
Yeah,
My name is ridiculous in
I feel
cursive.
like now we're just showing our age.
Okay, 7
There's all this.
for the last 9 years.
There's all these like 20-year-olds and young. They're like, what? What are they talking about?
Have you seen those things on TikTok?
What's
where it's like-
cursive?
have you seen those things on TikTok where it's like the generational thing where it's like, oh, how would you answer a phone? And like the high schooler goes like this.
I'd be like,
I'm like, what is this? What is that? Like,
yeah,
what is-
but to be fair, we should probably be glad they're doing this, because in a few years it's going to be.
True.
That was me touching, like pretending I'm hitting a watch.
Yeah, or they're
Hey
like,
Siri, please answer
yeah,
this.
literally. Like, how do you hang up the phone? They're like, I'm like,
The other person hangs it up. Yeah, right. Damn.
this.
I can't. Yeah.
Or those ones where parents try to test their kids to see if they can successfully make a phone call on a rotary dial phone.
Oh, yeah.
It's hilarious. They never get it.
Yeah.
It's really funny, actually.
I feel like the amount of times I've had, so the emergency, well, even like, so America, your emergency number's 911. In the UK, it's 999, which I always think silly, because I get, like, if you use the phones, you have to go all the way around to the 9. So the whole point of having those numbers was so you couldn't accidentally dial it. 911 makes more sense to me, because don't accidentally do the first 9, right? And then 11.
Right.
Easy peasy.
Yeah.
Like in the UK, you're already dead. That's it, you're done. Oh, 9. And then but you're like 9.
And then it has to go around. And if your phone was older, it would just be like,
Then you get stuck halfway
you're just
through.
like, you gotta pick it up, put it down, start over.
Oh man,
The struggle was real.
it really was so easy
We're not that
nowadays.
old. We didn't.
I said to someone the other day, I'm like, oh, back in the day. How old am I? How old? Sometimes I say things and I'm like, oh God, I'm turning into my parents.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not that old, but like my knees are. So like that's,
Yeah.
in hockey, that's a big problem.
Yeah, I'm doing photography this week, and yesterday I had to change my lens, and I knelt down to my camera bag, and then I literally had to get someone to help me back up. Yeah, that was bad.
We're not going to tell anyone that.
But you know what? You know what comes with age? Wisdom. And you know what comes with wisdom? The ability to write songs about more.
Emotionally mature things.
Yes, because we are clearly very mature. So that's very important.
Thank you for coming to our TED Talk.
We will see you in
2025.
maybe.
Possibly. She's like, I should never let you do it.
Have you listened in to any of this conversation? Because it's been great.
Say the same thing at the same time. But it's hard to hear.
Oh, good.
Yeah, probably.
Probably good.
That'll give me time to edit this. No, we're keeping most of this. This is great. I love it.
1000%.
Okay, so you're going to be
think we
out
nailed it.
touring. I think we did. Out touring, the single, Easy. Next single's coming out in a couple of months. The album is going to be released. And then 2025, you're going to be back at
Doing it
CMA
all over
Fest
again.
playing Nissan Stadium.
The Dr. Pepper stage.
Why have we not spoken about Dr. Pepper? We're going to have a short
Mostly for the free
discussion.
Dr. Pepper, but also because
It is.
I would
I
love.
didn't even think about getting Dr. Pepper as a sponsor for this podcast. I was like, I should get like a beer sponsor or whiskey. But I mean, Dr. Pepper seems like the
A no-brainer.
We're doing it. Please, Dr. Pepper. Please. I think we should do it.
Talking about our sponsors us, I'll get a tattoo.
I've got a tattoo
My
gun.
publicist. No.
I've got a tattoo gun. Can we just do it? Can we do it? Don't tell him.
No, look on my manager's face right now.
I did this. Okay. They never have to know.
Thank you for going to our very serious interview about CMA Fest.
Getting old. Dr. Pepper and...
That's it. Music.
Yeah, that's the key part to this. But CMA Fest, let's round it out.
Yeah.
You got your music coming out. CMA Fest is always a blast. And I'm sure we will see you back here next year.
I hope so.
Until then, where can people find your music? Where can they listen? What's your website? All that jazz.
So my social media all across the board is Alannah McCready Music. My website's alannahmccready.com. And yeah, I put everything on Instagram mostly, like my show schedules and all that kind of stuff. So
Perfect. Guys, go out, buy tickets, buy merch, buy music. You can stream all you want after you've already bought it.
I love that.
That's it. That's all I got for you. Thank you so much. Bada bing. We'll be back.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Enjoy. Hey everyone, and we are here with Zach John King. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
So we are day one into CMA Fest.
Yes.
And you are obviously part of the festival. You're going to be playing. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I'm from Fayetteville, Georgia, south of Atlanta by about an hour, and moved here 2 years ago to Nashville, and it's fun. The last 2 years I've been a fan at CMA Fest. I've been outside watching shows, and this year to be able to play them is really,
The first
really
time
cool.
you can be like, now I'm an artist.
It's a full
right?
circle moment for sure.
And CMA Fest is the pinnacle of, country music festivals.
It is.
So to be able to say, look, my name is on the bill, that must be really cool.
Really grateful to just be here this week and meeting everybody and talking to you. And
I mean, of course, this is the highlight, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So you've got your EP out right now, which is Wannabe Cowboy.
yeah.
Which, I mean, I feel like you're not Wannabe Cowboy. You're doing it.
Thanks. That's a compliment. That's high praise.
Throughout the weekend, this is one of those festivals where I think I don't know this for sure, so we're not fact checking this, but I would imagine of all the festivals in the US for country music, this is probably one of the ones that brings in the most international fans.
Yes.
So like you're not just getting your music out to, I mean, also hometown show for everyone.
For sure.
So as well as being able to play to hometown people, which is a rarity, I think, a lot of the time,
It is,
because people
especially
are
in town.
everywhere but Nashville.
Yes.
You also have that opportunity to play to people from around the globe who are here for the sole reason of just soaking up music.
It's special. I mean, I got to meet a couple from Australia today that are fans, and it's weird because you make music in town, and it's like a bubble. You write with the same people, and you're in this town where everything's like packed inside, and very rarely do you get to connect who's actually listening to the music. And so for people to come up and go, hey, we love your stuff, put a face to a person, a fan, it's really special. And then for them to be from Australia,
like halfway around the world. I mean, we're in a crazy day and age now where it's so easy to reach people, but a lot of the times it's very impersonal because it's normally social media stuff. So you're like, oh yeah, like I've got these people in Australia that like me, or like in the UK, and they're there, but in a way it's easy to kind of forget about it because
100%.
they're not in front of you, and then all of a sudden this week comes and it's like these people you've never met that are thousands and thousands of miles away are like, hey, like this is amazing.
It's crazy. I mean, that's the power of music. Like songs we write in bedrooms and little rooms every day somehow make their way out,
and all of a sudden you see the light of day.
It's crazy. So I'm just, it's refreshing to see people, because we can get so lost in the numbers and the streams and
more so than ever.
and yes, absolutely. And so to be in front of people and like feel like, oh, I can connect with one person today.
Yeah.
It's valuable.
That's what makes it worthwhile, right?
100%.
You know, you could be playing to a crowd of thousands, but you like make eye contact with that one person that's singing along to everything. Like, you just there's something special about that, and I think that's something that is really special about CMA, to be able to bring that in. So, have you got a lot of shows over the weekend?
We had one today. The Spotlight stage show was amazing. Again, we got to meet people that I've never met. We had a meet and greet afterwards, and then I have one tomorrow that's a full band rock and roll show at 3:00 on the Whiskey Jam stage. So
awesome.
That'll be a blast. And then yeah, we're enjoying the rest of the festival as a fan after that. So,
I love it after being there. And just real quick, like what does it mean for you as an artist, for people that are traveling into town and people that are traveling from different countries? Like you say, you did a meet and greet. Like, they are taking their time. They could be out watching other stages, you know, getting all the free stuff down Broadway. There's so many things to do, yet you have these people who are taking their time out of their day to meet you and to speak to you. Like, how's that?
It's humbling. It's I feel like Nashville, ego is hard to have in Nashville because it's such a blue collar town and everybody's helping everybody else. But I think what's really humbling is to know that it takes fans to make this whole thing work. It takes other people to listen to the music. And so that humility comes quick, and then it's gratitude. It's like, man, you took the time to see me when you could go see Dolly Parton.
Right.
You know, that's a big deal, and I'm really grateful for it.
I love that. So where can people find your music? For anyone who may have seen you over the weekend and is like, we need to go see you play, like, you know, what best links for people to go find you?
I'm on all the streaming platforms, so you name it, I'm on it. Spotify, Apple Music, Pandora, Amazon Music. And then social media, it's real simple. All my handles are at ZACHJOHNKING, Zach John King.
Easy peasy.
Easy. No underscores, no numbers.
Nice. And we'll link to everything so you guys can go click and find that stuff. And although you're on all the streaming sites, guys, please buy records.
Yes.
Buy records, because every time you stream one of his songs, he makes about 2/100ths of a penny cent.
And the songwriters make even less.
And that's assuming there's one writer and it's just you on there.
Yes.
The splits are insane, and these guys really, it costs a lot to be an independent artist, so please support that by buying tickets to shows and buying the records, and hopefully we will speak to you a little more in depth in the future. Thank you so much.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Hey guys, we are here with Sydney Shae. Now, Sydney is an artist, however, she has been roped into helping out with media this weekend. I feel like that is also just the life of an artist, right? We all have so many different hats. You got to get that creativeness out however you do. So you're going to be doing media stuff this weekend and writing reviews, taking photos, listening to some great music, to be honest. But you are also an artist. You have just released a single. Tell us a little bit about that.
Today I put out a single and I'm so excited about it. It is called Stubborn Stallion, and I wrote this song in a way I've never written a song before. I wrote this song to a track, and the reason that happened was because I had a studio date in a week and I didn't have a song picked out. And I'm in the middle of the woods fishing with no signal on my phone. I'm waiting for a text back from my producer to say, hey, I like this thing you sent me. And the text that I got back when I got signal was, you need to write more. And I'm panic mode, panic attack, crying in the car. My dad was visiting me and I'm just like, what do I do? And so you know what I did? I had a 2-hour car ride back to the house and I started pulling up beats and tracks, and I was like, if other people can do this, I can do this. And so I sat there until I found the right one, and I wrote it in 20 minutes.
See, sometimes you just gotta, we use what we got at the time, right? I mean, it's crazy because, you know, obviously this weekend, you have independent artists all the way up to, I mean, hell, Lynyrd Skynyrd are headlining tonight.
Yeah, I think
they're headlining tonight. And we're Thursday right now. Like for you as an artist and having, you push your single out ready for CMA Fest week, as so many other people have done. Like now you get to run around and literally run around. If you're not, I'm keeping tabs, guys.
I'm sweating. You can see it. I'm glowing right now.
And it's actually cool this week.
Yeah.
This is not as crazy as it has been.
Yeah.
But like as an artist to go around and watch all these people as part of CMA Fest, I mean, what's that like? Because I imagine all you want to do is be like, I want to be on that stage. But then also, I mean, what can you kind of take from it?
I feel like there's so much to learn. I feel like I could be sitting there and be upset or be like, oh, when is my time going to come?
Never, no, I'm kidding. What? I didn't say that. Blooper reel. No.
But I really do try to absorb, and I think that's the great thing about doing this work is I get to look at aspects of performing that maybe I haven't tapped into yet myself. And that makes you a better artist all around, And I think there's value in that. There's value in just meeting the fans that are there. I go around and I ask people like, do you know them? Like, how did you hear about them? It's good, like on the ground research. And I will always just be myself. So that's just me. And I love that.
Right.
So
authentic, always.
Always.
And you're at Belmont.
Yes, I graduated from Belmont a year ago, music business.
Yep.
Yes.
So I think this is the stuff that people don't see, like all these artists that are coming up the ranks. And at Belmont, for anyone that doesn't know, the college is one of the main colleges in Nashville, specifically really for music. I mean, whether you're doing music business or you're doing performance. And a lot of people are coming up through Belmont and graduating into this Nashville scene, which is quite frankly insane. Am I allowed to say insane?
Absolutely.
We're going to call it.
Great word.
This is not a mental health podcast. I can say it. What? We're good.
Brad Paisley, Trisha Yearwood. We've got some good fluxes from
you have
Belmont.
some great alumni.
Yes, absolutely.
So if you want to be in music and you're listening to this and you're like 12 and you're trying to decide where you need to go to college, I don't think I have any 12-year-olds listening to this.
Maybe one day.
Maybe.
We'll get there.
Bring on the 12-year-olds so that I can give you college advice straight from someone who never went to college because I just didn't want to be honest.
Hey, I don't blame you.
I almost went.
Where would you have gone?
So I actually was going to go to be a veterinary surgeon. Yeah.
So
wow, my life took a turn, didn't it? No.
That's how it rolls, though.
Yeah. So no, I was gonna go and be a vet, and everything was like on track to do that, and then 2005, I started listening to country music, and as ridiculously wild as that story sounds, it literally like flipped my entire life. I'd always been a big music person, and then I feel like I was just waiting for that one thing to be like, nope, this is where I need to be, and fast forward. I'm about to say a number that I really don't like. Fast forward almost 20 years later. Jesus.
I really don't believe you.
Oh, fast forward almost 20 years later, and here I am in Nashville. So, I mean, we've kind of all come. I have a house full of animals. Does that count?
Absolutely, that counts. They think you're their vet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I basically am.
Yeah.
Ish. Yeah, any vets listening, I will bring them to the vet if they're ill. But yeah, we have our feet on the ground this weekend running around.
Absolutely.
I love that you are able to get the other's perspective. But guys, this is where most people are starting out, There are very few artists who are going, you know what, I'm just going to do music. There are some, and there are a lot of people that make that happen. No, there aren't. What am I talking about? No one is
It's
just
such
doing
a challenge.
music.
Yeah.
Well, because
how are you going to pay for your life?
Right. Ain't nobody paying rent on music, guys.
Not a single soul.
Honestly, not even these independent artists playing CMA. They've all got day jobs.
And it's a fundraiser, so they're not getting paid.
They're not
literally.
getting paid. Woohoo!
Amazing.
But actually, no. It's like CMA is actually an amazing cause. So I'm not of all the things that are like play for free. I will, CMA do a ton of work. For anyone who is not familiar, honestly, I'm not going to run through everything, but they do a lot with local schools and music benefit association things. See, that's why I wasn't going to run through it, but go onto the website and you can read up all the stuff they do. But I mean, everyone needs, I feel like one creative outlet for people who have a creative mind is never enough.
No.
There's always, we always need something more. But Stubborn Stallion is out now, and you guys are going to go listen to it because we're telling you to.
Please.
It is CMA Fest week, guys. Everyone is about ready to implode, I think. But it's okay. We're all going to moan for the next 4 days, and then come Monday, we're going to be like, that was amazing.
Yeah, we're having a great time.
We are having a great time. Go check it out. I'm going to put this up on TikTok because I can. Go check it out. Go join us. And if you're at CMA Fest, come and find us. We'll be running around with these little lanyards, and I will have a big ass camera. That's it. That's all I've got. Stubborn Stallion. Go listen to it. Sydney Shae, everyone.
Original theme music by Gary Wood.